The terrible shovel down the hole. Mr. Fox was eternally licking the stump of Mr. Fox's tail to stop the bleeding. It was the finished tail on my Midas round. She said between licks. It's hers. It's hers, says Mr. Fox. I know that's sweetheart, but it'll soon get better, and it will soon grow again. That says one of the smallest folks. It will never grow again, say Mr. Fox. I shall be tasteless for the rest of my life. She looked very grim. There was no food for the foxes that night, and soon the children doesn't off. Then Mr. Fox doesn't off, but Mr. Fox could I not sleep because of the pain in the top of his tail. Well, he's told, I suppose, I'm lucky to be alive at all. And now they will be found our hole. We are going to have to move out as soon as possible. We'll never get any peace if we was. What was that? He turned his slurpee and listened. The noise he heard now was the most frightening noise that a fox can ever hear. The scraping of shovel dying into the soil. Wake up! He shouted. They are digging us out. Mr. Fox was wide awake in 1 second. She sat up, quivering all over. Are you sure that's it? She whispered. I'm positive. Listen, they will kill my child, cries Mr. Fox. Never, say Mr. Fox, but darling, they will sorry, Mr. Fox. You know they will. Scourge, when the shows above their heads, small stones and bits of earth began falling from the roof of the tunnel. How will they kill his mommy? Asked one as the small fox. His round black eyes, hair were hung with strings. Will their dog, he said.
Mr. Fox began to cry. She gathered her 4 children close to her and held them tight. Suddenly there was an especially loud charge above their heads, and the sharp end of a shovel came right through the ceiling. The seeing of this awful thing seemed to have an electric effect upon Mr. Fox. He jumped and shouted, I've got it! Come on, there's not a moment to lose. Why didn't I think it before? Think of what that. A fox can dig quicker than a man, shouted Mr. Fox. Begin to dig. Nobody in the world can dig as quick as Fox. The soil began to fly out furiously behind Mr. Fox. As he started to dig for dear life with his front feet, Mr. Fox ran forward to help him. So did the 4 children. Go downwards, ordered Mr. Fox. We've got to go deep as we possibly can. The tune began to grow longer and longer. It stopped, slipping downward, deeper and deeper below the surface. On the ground it went. The mother and the father and all 4 of the children were digging together. Their front legs were moving so fast you couldn't see them, and gradually the scratching and scraping of the shovels became fainter and fainter. After about an hour, Mr. Fox stopped digging. Hold it, he said. They all stopped. They turned and looked back up the long tunnel they had used. Though I was quiet. Phew, said Mr. Fox. I think we've done it. They'll never get as deep as this. Well done, everyone. They all sat down, panting for breath, and Mr. Fox said to her children, I should like you to know that if it wasn't for your father, we should all be dead by now. Your father is a fantastic fox. Mr. Fox looked at his wife and she smiled. He loved her more than ever when she said things like that.
The terrible tractors. As the sun rose, the next morning, Buggies and Bones and Bean were still digging. They had dug a hole so deep you could have put a house into it, but they had not yet come to the end of the Fox tunnel. They were all very tired and cross. "Damn and blast," said Buggies. "Whose rotten idea was this?" "Bean's idea," said Bones. Boogie and Bones both stared at Bean. Bean took another swig of cider, then put the flask back into his pocket without offering it to the others. "Listen," he said angrily. "I want that fox. I am going to get that fox. I'm not giving until I've strung him up over my front porch. That as a dumpling. We can't get him by digging." "That's for sure," said the fat Boogies. "I've had enough of digging." Bones, the little pot-bellied dwarf, looked up at Bean and said, "Have you got any more stupid ideas, then?" "What?" said Bean. "I can hear you." Bean never took a bath. He never even washed. As a result, his ear holes were clogged with a tint of muck, and wax and bits of the chewing gum, and dead flies and stuff like that. This made him deaf. "Speak louder," he said to Bones, and Bones shouted back, "Got any more stupid ideas?" Bean rubbed the back of his neck with a dirty finger. He had a boil coming there and it itched. "What we need on this job," he said, "is machines. Mechanical shovels. We'll have him up in the 5 minutes with mechanical shovels." This was a pretty good idea, and the other two had to admit it. "All right then," Bean said, taking change. "Buggies, you stay here and see the fox doesn't escape. Bones and I will go and fetch our machinery. If he tries to get up, shot him quick."
The long, thin Bean walked away. The tiny Bones trotted after him. The fat Buggies stayed where he was with his gun pointing at the foxhole. Soon, two enormous caterpillar tractors with mechanical shovels on their front ends come clanking into the wood. Bean was driving on, Bones the other. The machines were boot black. They were murderous, brutal-looking monsters. "Here we go, then," shouted Bean. "That's the fox," shouted Bones. The machines went to work, beating huge mouthfuls of soil out of the hill. The big tree under which Mr. Fox and dug his hole in the first place was toppled like a mastich. On all sides, rocks were sent flying, and trees were falling, and the noise was deafening. Down in the tunnel, the fox crouched, listening to the terrible craning and banging overhead. "What's happened, Dad?" cried the small foxes. "What are they doing?" Mr. Fox didn't know what's happening or what they were doing. "It's an earthquake," cried Mr. Fox. "Look," said one of the small foxes. "Our tunnels got shorter. I can see daylight. They all looked around, and yes, the mouth of the tunnel was only a few feet away from the them now, and in the circle of daylight behind, they people said the two huge black tractors are most on top of him. Tractors, shouted Mr. Fox, and mechanical shovels. Dig for your lives, dig, dig, dig.
The race. New there began a desperate race. The machine against the fox. In the beginning, the hill looked like this. After about an hour, as the machine beat away more and more, so from the hilltop it looked like this. Sometimes the fox world gained a little ground and the cranking nose would grow fainter and Mr. Fox would say we're going to make it. I am sure we will come back at the end the crunch of the mighty shovels will get louder and louder once the fox actually saw the sharp metal edge of one of the doors as it scraped up the air just waiting. Keep going, my darling, panted Mr. Fox. Don't give up. Keep going. The fat books shooted to once had been will get in any moment now. Have you caught it on it? Being called back no it shooted books. What it is you are close. The picked him up white my bucket shooted bones ill chopped him to pieces. Would be lunchtime the machine were still at it, and so were the poor fox. The hill now look like this. The farms is stopped. For lunch they were too keen to finish the job. Hey there, Mr. Fox, yelled Bones, leaning out of his tractor. We're coming to get you know. You have had your last chicken, yelling books. You'll never come prowling around on my farms again. A sort of mates had taken hold of the three men, the skinny being, and the warfish who believed once were driving their machine like maniacs, racing the motors and making the showers dig at a terrific speed. The feed books was hopping about like a dervish on shooting faster, faster. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this what happened to him. The whole the machines at hood was like the crater of a volcano. It was such an extraordinary sight that groups of people came rushing on from the surroundings just to have a look. They stood on the edge of the cathedral streets, looking at books, at buns, at Bing, at buns, at Bing. Hey there, books. What going on? Where after a fox you must be mad. The people jeered and laughed. Would this only made the three farms more furious and more obstinate and more determined. than ever not to get up until they had caught the fox.